Hey, what's up? We're here again. Welcome
What?
to the What's Happening edition of Razor Radio and Poppets Corner. How you doing, Emily? Before we get started,
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just hanging out, drinking some of my water beverage, and I got some records to show, and I believe you do as well.
Dude.
Today's topic, we're gonna introduce our top five sort of favorite proto metal albums, and kind of my definition of proto metal, and I'm sure many can agree is records that kind of like were before um, the invention of heavy metal, sort of thing, or like something that would an album that could has like I don't know inspired the genre. So I did not include any Black Sabbath records for that reason, because to me that is strictly a heavy metal. That was the first heavy metal band to a lot of people. So I did not include that. Just a fair warning. And then these are all my picks. So if you got any picks that you'd your top five, leave it in the comments below. But for now, yeah, these are just my personal favorites, and it's no hard feelings if you agree or disagree. So just want to preference that, and yeah. Emily,
Right.
you have anything to say, or just in silence over there, or?
You kind of threw me under the bus with what you just said. I'm like, damn it.
No, I said I didn't include
I
them.
know, but I'm like, fuck. Okay.
Well, because I consider Black Sabbath, a heavy metal
I know,
band.
but it's just the like because you said you gave me a timeline of you could only go to
Right,
this,
right. Well, you could,
so
like I
I
said, you could
followed the
do.
timeline specifically.
Yeah, there's no hard, like I said, no hard feelings. I just didn't include them in my list for that reason, because I consider them a heavy metal band.
Yeah, true. Okay, so you ready for my first pick?
Sure, you go first.
I picked Kiss.
Oh,
It came out in
oh,
1974.
I know. I should have picked that one too. That's a great record. Now,
Well,
why that one?
Well, there's two that came out in 1974. There's this one and Hotter Than Hell, but I feel like this one, just because it's their first one, and like this is what set like the what do you call it? Like it set like the whole like situation with Kiss and how it's gonna go, and they inspired a lot of bands over this record, you know, and it has a lot of like the classics on it.
Well, there's a lot of songs that they still play to this day too. So
Yeah,
that's how well that album stands the test of time. That is obviously my favorite Kiss record still.
it's not my favorite, but it's in my top 5 favorite Kiss records.
Oh, I love everything about that record. Every song just. What's
You
your
wanna
favorite track off of it?
Probably Strutter. I don't know, dude. This is a record that from start to finish is amazing. It
I would argue with that. But I did not like the theme from Kiss or whatever that song was called. But I don't know. It's just that
what
instrumental thing.
now
Yeah,
you're like
the theme to it's called theme to something something. Yeah, it's really hard to read. Anyway, and then I wasn't really a fan of Kissing Time either. That was the other one I was just like, eh. But
uh,
honestly, my favorite Kiss song is on that record. Deuce.
that one's great. Colton's great. Firehouse is great.
At the
Nothing to lose.
firehouse, dude, that riff is epic. So,
When there's something funny, this is actually was my mom's, dude.
oh, okay. What pressing is that? What does it have? Some of them did, like the first pressing had like
Casablanca.
didn't have the theme from Kiss or whatever or something like that. So that's how you can tell the difference. But that's a great choice. Damn it, I wish I picked that. And that came out obviously in 1974.
Yes, they actually had two come out in 1974. They also had Hotter Than Hell, but this was the choice.
Absolutely. All right. I guess I'm up.
You are, man.
I would consider this definitely a proto-metal kind of record. This is Iron Butterfly with Inagata Devita. I love this record so much. It's like the title track is just a one long fucking like drum solo jam. there's a lot of drums in this
Mhm.
record, but I really dig this record. It's super heavy for 1968. Um, and obviously it's like kind of psychedelic and like I said, really heavy. I mean, obviously Slayer covered it later on in their career. But yeah, it came out on Atco Records in 1968, and that is my first choice. So, and they got a Davita Iron Butterfly.
Great choice, dude. I actually have that on vinyl. It's by Iron Maiden.
Well, yeah, it's like of course it's like kind of right next to each other.
Yeah. Right. So this is my next pick.
Okay, cool. I'll allow it. Absolutely.
Well, it
Why?
came out in 1970, so
Right. Why that over the debut?
because it's just for me that this is what got this. The debut is, of course, like amazing, and it has everything on it. But this one's just every track on it is fucking incredible, dude. And not just that, this got me into playing bass, got me into loving metal. First song I learned, Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Yeah, and obviously the last track on that album fucking rules all. So
For Boots.
absolutely,
That's my favorite
absolutely,
Black Sabbath song ever.
absolutely. One of my top 10, at least in the Ozzy camp. If I'm gonna go top 10 in all of Sabbath's career, that will not make my top 10. But in the Ozzy catalog, absolutely.
Well, we all know. Well, I know you're a huge Dio fan, so that's why I
I-
want to make it in the top five
I'm
of the Black Sabbath career situation.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite Sabbath singer is the Tony Martin era. I love that era more than any other Sabbath era. Period.
I thought it was
Uh,
Dio.
no, no, it's Tony Martin. But my least favorite is Ozzy, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. I just like when Sabbath had that. I don't know, the epic kind of singer when with Dio and Ian Gillan and Glenn Hughes. I mean, Ozzy's kind of the only one that doesn't have that kind of operatic
I love
voice, and I just think I think Ozzy fit for the time, but honestly, if they released Heaven and Hell with Ozzy singing, that would have just sounded like dog shit to me. I don't know.
I don't think it would have made it like it did.
It wouldn't have changed.
I want to
Yeah,
have it on vinyl if he sang that. I would be like, woo.
yeah. But that is a great choice. That was my dad's first record that he ever bought
What?
in a store. So
Do you have
yeah.
it? Or does he?
I think I gave it to my sister, so I'm gonna have to buy a copy because I do not have that in my collection. But I will change that sooner or later. I kind of want to get I don't know if I should get an original copy or 180 gram or whatever it is. Just
I got a repress.
yeah, they probably it's probably sounds just as great. So yeah, that's a great choice though. Yeah,
And it's
um,
probably a
and
little cheaper.
it just turned 50, so we should probably mention that too. That's crazy.
I know,
All
right?
right. I'm going to go back to what I think is the start. I know people say that, the first Black Sabbath record was the first, but arguably this is one where, many people consider it, a metal record. And I would have to agree. It's really heavy. This is Blue Cheer. I can never pronounce the title of it, but this is the first album from them. Came out in 1968. It's got obviously the Eddie Cochran jam on it with help me out here. What is it? Blanket. Gosh darn it! I should have came more prepared today, but it is what it is. It's been one of those days, people. So
It's been a
um,
very long day, man.
absolutely, yeah. Summertime Blues. So obviously it showed up, and I found this record out from obviously the Metal Headbangers Journey because they talked about Blue Cheer, and I was like, oh, this sounds awesome and super heavy, and yeah, it came out in 1968, so that is
Eh,
why this is my number 2 pick. This is Blue Cheer. So
is yours an original or a repress?
no repress, it's a repress. Sounds great though.
Are you ready for mine?
Mm-hmm. Oh, good choice. Why Burn and not like anything from the what is it? The Ian Gillian era.
Because I'm in love with Glenn Hughes. Everything about him, and then on top of that, they have fucking David Coverdale singing, dude.
I like it.
I like me some White Snake. So having this was way before White Snake, but still,
Right.
amazing.
So, all right. That's a great choice. Yeah, that obviously came out in 1974 as well.
Yes,
So,
it did.
wow, a lot of 1974 albums. I have a couple in mind too.
You gave me a strict like timeline. You said you can't go past this, and I was like, so I'm doing my research. I'm like, cool, 1974. I made it. Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Am I up? Cool. My next choice is I would consider them, just a really super heavy band. This is King Diamond's favorite singer of all time. So if I probably already spoiled it for you. He actually named his son after this gentleman, but this is Uriah Heep. This is Demons and Wizards. And this album is fucking great. Okay. Came out in 1972. It's got obviously the Wizard on it, and Easy Living, and just a bunch of killer tracks. So I don't know. I just really love this record, and when I saw it pop up on other people's Proto-Metal list, I was like, I didn't even think about it. So, but yeah, it's pretty metal. It's more kind of epic though. I could see why it influenced King Diamond a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
But I love Uriah Heep anyways. So there you go.
They're great, dude. I mean, that's kind of crazy because it's like if you go see him now, there's nothing left of like the band.
Well, there's Mick. Mick's still playing guitar, but yeah,
I mean, but it because that's how I mean I always knew who they were, and Rush did a lot of tours with them back in the day. But you already know that because you're a huge Rush fan. But
of course.
So when I went to go see them, I'm like, well, they're not that bad because I never like took the chance to really get into them.
Well, they have a weird name. I always thought their name was really strange, so I never really got into them. But I mean, I'm into them now. It took me a fucking long time to do it, but yeah, what a great band. And in that first album, I wish I owned it. I would have showed that instead. Really heavy. There's a song called Gypsy. It's the start, the opening track to So Heavy is what it is, or Too Heavy or something like that.
Nice.
And yeah, that album rules too. So that's considered one of the Proto-Metal records.
So when you say they have a song named Gypsy, because like I said, I'm not that huge of a fan, it makes me think, so Merciful Fate has a song named Gypsy. Did he kind of like...
I don't know. Yeah, but like I said, David Byron was his favorite singer of all time.
That's why I'm like, maybe it's like a connection.
It could be. Could be.
All right, you're going to like my next pick.
Absolutely. What is it?
UFO.
Ooh, UFO.
I love me some Pete Way. Love me some Pete Way. Plus, this is one of Steve Harris's favorite bands. So you have to know this is pretty metal before its time, right? And it's 1974. Like,
is that the? I'm not truly familiar with the UFO catalog because the someone kind of ruined that band for me because they talk about them all the fucking time, and I don't think they're worth the hype for me. But what is that record called?
It's called Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. Okay. Yeah. I need to
make sure I was right.
See, that's another band I need to give them a chance. I've seen them live and they were great, but I just need to give them a chance.
You've seen Maiden. You know the song Doctor Doctors What They Come In, like, that's her stage.
Of course.
Well,
of course.
That's this record.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, that's a great song. Like I said, I'm not truly familiar with UFO, so I can't determine that. But now why that one as opposed to, they have a lot of records.
They do. I don't know. I just always really dig this one. And plus it has my favorite, any big Maiden fan's favorite UFO songs, Doctor Doctor. So had to pick this one.
Cool. Now, my next two I got a preferences are from 1974. So
I have one more from 1974, so I feel like
okay. I bet you I know what it is too. But
you know me well.
Probably. So I got to preference this band. A lot of bands were really heavily influenced by them. Metallica covered a couple of their tracks later on in their career, and I like both versions. I'm not like a I don't have a preference for either or. But this is Budgie, and this is In for the Kill. This record is fucking great. Came out in 1974. This is a repress. I can't believe just how uh, hard of a find Budgie records actually are, because this was actually kind of like more expensive to find, and it's a repress. So if
Did
you
you
can
find
find Budgie records, definitely pick some up.
Did you find them in store, Discogs, eBay?
I had to go on Discogs to find it, but dude, there's some great bass lines in here. Honestly, I think they inspired Rush almost, because if you like Geddy Lee's voice, the singer of this band literally sounds like Geddy Lee almost. It just reminds me of that band. These guys obviously came back, a little bit before releasing records before Rush, so I'm sure they played an influence. I'm sure of it. So
I'm digging the cover, dude. I'm just staring at the cover. It's
yeah,
just
it's fucking
so
awesome.
creative. It's like, whoa,
Yeah. So,
that's
yeah,
cool.
Budgie In for the Kill. So
Never heard of that band until now.
well, that has Crash Course in Brain Surgery on it, that Metallica covered later on in their career, and they also released a song called Bread Fan, which Metallica covered. So
Right. This is actually like, whoa, I didn't know all this, because I mean, I like Metallica, but I just haven't really checked out all that stuff. But now I will, since
it's
kind of,
heavy, dude. It's really heavy for 1974. I can guarantee you.
so then it's like 15 times heavier because Metallica covered it too now.
Yeah, exactly.
This one, I didn't know if you considered it proto-metal, but I felt like this, the one I'm going to show you right now, has a big play in a lot of the bands that came out in the late 70s to early 80s. I picked this. I picked the first Led Zeppelin.
Oh, I should have picked. God damn it, that was the one I've neglected. But we only had to do 5, so that would yeah. Why? That's a great record. That's a little bit more bluesy, if I'm not mistaken, right? Isn't that the bluesy record?
It's very bluesy, but still a lot of like this influenced a lot of like heavy metal guitar players. They all love the way Jimmy Page plays.
And a lot of those are cover songs on that record, if I'm not mistaken, too. I think it wasn't until like number 2. That album is fucking heavy. Led Zeppelin 2 for its time.
Dude, what did I put? For 1969, dude.
Yeah, I think Led Zeppelin 2 came out in that very same year too. I think they had 2 records in 69, but that record rules. All of Zeppelin's catalog rules.
I know. I was gonna pick Led Zeppelin 2, but I was like, but this is the first one. I'll pick the first one.
I like that you picked.
The next one did a lot, because with Moby Dick, the instrumental with the drum solo, that got a lot of drummers going, whoa, you could do drum solos, cool.
Well, don't forget the first song on the record of Led Zeppelin 2, right?
Whole Lot of Love?
Yeah. That song's fucking heavy for 1969.
Oh, I agree, dude. I agree.
Yeah, that's a great record though. Great choice. That's one of the only Zeppelin records I do not own physically, so I will have to change that sooner or later.
I'm surprised, dude.
Yeah, and Physical Graffiti is the other one I don't have in my collection. But all right, I guess this might be the most controversial one. But simply I had to do it because without this, I don't think there's a lot of like progressive metal type bands, or at least doing epics and adding so many layers into their music. And this band just tons of hits. There's literally none on this particular one that I've chosen, and it's my all-time favorite album from this band. And then, of course, I'm talking about Queen too.
I didn't think of that. Oh, I forgot to add Queen. Oh my god, that just didn't come to mind today. That's one of their best records too.
My all-time favorite, not because it doesn't have any of the hits on it. I just think that as a whole record, it just gels so well, and I don't get bored of it. Because on other Queen albums, I don't know, I tend to skip around a lot. Like, they're not one of those bands where like they have like complete records where I can just like relax and listen to the whole thing. So
I could agree with that.
But with this one, I always felt it more of like a concept, and I don't know. I think without this, I almost want to say there is no like Operation Mindcrime. It just reminds me so much of like a record such as that. It's kind of epic, a lot of layers to it. it's, I don't know, but absolutely iconic album cover too.
Oh, rules, dude. That it reminds me of that Bohemian Rhapsody scene in the video.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but that
That's what
song is obviously not on this record,
oh,
but
I know that. I'm just saying that's what that reminds me of every time I saw that.
I will say, dude, like March of the Black Queen's great. Uh, Ogre Battle, Seven Seas of Rye, all that stuff just fucking rules, dude.
I agree, dude.
I don't know. I could not. This was like the one album that came to mind when I was thinking of this specific topic. So Queen 2, that's my probably my number one for this whole thing because I just love that record so much.
I will say that's a very hard vinyl. That was the last Queen record I had to buy, and that was the hardest one to find out of all of them. And I have Miracle.
Yeah, and I had to buy a repress of it.
I have a repress too. I don't have original.
Well, I mean, like I said, and Queen's one of those bands too. The records are really tough to find. Obviously, they're in their popularity. It's just
well, that more okay with me. That my opinion on it is that more happened where it was very hard to find. Not counting that record because it was already impossible after the whole Bohemian Rhapsody movie came out. Because I used to be able to find their stuff at stores and buy them for friends, and now it's all just represses, and I'm like, oh, okay, well I have all these, so it's fine.
yeah, and Van Halen might be that same way. I don't know.
It's gonna be that way for a while.
You think?
Well, except for the one I found for you, the 1980s.
I appreciate it. But I'm saying like it could be the same kind of deal as Queen, but
yeah.
You said you had a 6 record?
Yeah, that's why I texted you earlier. I was like, dude, I have 6 records. I don't even know if you count this, but I feel like they were more rocky for the first 2 records before they went heavy.
Okay. What is it?
And it is
wow.
1974. So it hits the last of what you said. It hits 1974. And a lot of their stuff before they went to the like 3rd or 4th or 5th record is they would sing like, well, the singing would be metal, but it would be like kind of rocky. So that was the cool thing about this one. This is a phenomenal record though. And the next one, Sad Wings of Destiny, fucking kills, dude. All of them did.
That's a great choice. I thought, and you know what? Since you didn't take it, I'm taking it.
Do it.
This is Rush, Fly By Night.
I didn't know if you could count them, man. I have a whole selection. Damn it. No,
I mean, I would put this album is fucking heavy. The Anthem and Bytor and the Snow Dog. Yeah, come on. I love this record. I thought you were gonna pick this because I was like, she's got to pick a Rush record, and she didn't. So this is my choice. I'm filling in the Rush gap here.
I have it right there, but
1974 still counts. So, is it 1974 or is it 75?
Oh,
I always forget.
I think it's 74, dude.
I think it's 74 as well. Oh, this one says 75. This one might not count, but whatever.
I'll do the exception. I'll count it.
Okay, that's a great record.
It's an amazing record. I didn't know if we could count Rush because they're progressive rock. Yes, I know it's like before its time, but I was like, but are they really like going towards that metal situation? You know, because like, yes, they did influence like some metal bands, but at the same time, they influenced more progressive rock and progressive metal. I didn't. Yeah.
Absolutely. You can't have progressive metal without Rush. I'm sorry.
I agree, man. Dream Theater. Mike Portnoy loves some Neil Peart.
Fate's Warning, Queensryche. All of them, yeah. But that's gonna.
Queensryche was progressive metal.
Oh yeah. Go back and listen to Operation Mindcrime. You'll be like, oh yeah.
I'll do that. I have it on vinyl.
Absolutely. Well, that's gonna do it for us here. That was really fun. That was a quick set, and we'll be back sooner or later. We like to do these like once a week here. I know I've been blabbing too much. I haven't given Emily a chance to speak, so I will let her end the show. But that's gonna do it for at least me. So Emily, take it away, and we'll get out of here.
I got all mine in. That's all that matters.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back. Next week? We'll do one. Yeah. Keep doing this on a weekly basis. So anyway, another edition of What's Happening. I guess we're out of here, guys.
Bye.